We are live.
Yay, this is so exciting.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, great to be here with everyone.
Hi, everyone. Please open up the chat and tell us who you are and where you're from and when and where you're getting married. We really love to know who is joining us and where they are right now. And we will introduce ourselves in a second, but we want to make sure everyone gets to join. Hi, Sandra. So many people entering the event. If you're just getting in, tell us who you are and where you're from. Hi, Noelle. Everyone tell us your wedding date, where you're getting married. October 3rd, Las Vegas, Nevada. Sandra's hoping for February. Aberdeen, Scotland. Cool. San Diego.
Philly, yay, I'm from Philly.
Pamela Alvarez is here. Hi, Pam. From Good Apple. Friend. Are you getting married? I lost your chat. You need to text me later. Tell me what's going on. Oh my goodness, so many people. It's hard to keep up. Chrissy from New Jersey. Chelsea from Chicago. Getting married in Nashville. All right. So many people joining. This is one of my favorite parts is when everybody tells us New York. Hi, Zoe. All right. Please, if you're entering, continue to introduce yourself. As you know, we are going to be seeing the Eva Milady collection today. We're joined by Eva Milady and Bridal Reflections. We'll get into the introductions in a second. I know a lot of you saw us talking about a giveaway, which we're so excited about. During this event, you're going to see a little pop-up on the screen, and it's going to tell you that it's time to enter the giveaway. So keep your eyes open for that. As everyone's continuing to join, before I do intros, I don't want anyone to miss them, so I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping. So we're hosting this event in a tool called Big Marker. And Big Marker has a little delay, which is normal. So if you are trying to chat us something and we seem a little bit ahead of you, that's natural. That's how it works. Please remember that we are all at home just like you with our pets and our kids and our partners and our everything, our home Wi-Fi. So we don't expect any problems, but we really appreciate you remembering we're at home too. The way Big Marker, this tool you're using, works is there's a chat and a Q&A. So the chat you're all using right now, telling us where you are and where you're from, that's perfect. There's also a Q&A section where you can write your longer questions that you want Judy and Christina to answer at the end. And you can actually upvote everyone else's questions. So make sure you head over there and put in your questions as you're watching the presentation and anything you want us to talk about for your wedding. That's where you're going to do that. And without further ado, I'm going to get started and introduce everybody. Juliet, any housekeeping stuff I forgot before I start?
I think you covered it. Yeah.
All right. Well, hi, everyone. I am Rachel Silver. I'm the founder and CEO of Love Stories TV. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are so excited to have Judy Alberg from Eve of My Lady and Christina DeMarco from Bridal Reflections joining us today. For those of you who don't know, Eve of My Lady is a bridal gown brand based in New Jersey who designs and produces gowns that are timeless and the epitome of romantic. They're most recognized for their signature laces. I cannot wait for you to see them. And Bridal Reflections is a family-owned bridal store that's been open for 50 years where you can buy Eve of My Lady gowns. They have 3 locations. I'm going to let Judy and Christina tell you more about themselves in a moment. But before I do that, I just want to introduce you to Love Stories TV. If you're not familiar, Love Stories TV is the most fun way to plan your wedding. We are a video platform for wedding ideas and inspiration. So if you head to Love Stories TV, you can watch tens of thousands of real wedding videos from all over the world. We have wedding videos where the bride got her gown at Bridal Reflections. We have brides wearing Eva My Lady, and you can browse and discover all of the styles, inspiration, and businesses you need for your wedding by watching real wedding videos. So now I am going to let Juliet introduce herself and take it from there.
Hi, everyone. I'm Juliet Delaspini. I'm the head of brand partnerships at Love Stories TV, and I run all of our marketing programs here. And thank you all for joining us. This is such a fun situation to be in with you. Despite what's happening in the world, I know a lot of you here may have had to postpone your weddings. I know there's a couple of COVID brides in the chat already. Or you've had to get creative with how you're planning your wedding because of the circumstances. We know it's not ideal, but we are so happy to be here with you today. And first and foremost, we hope that you are all safe and sound. And we wanted to bring you something that was fun, a fun way for you to start your researching if you're just at the beginning phases, or just to get some general inspiration. This is really a rare opportunity to get a front row seat to these beautiful dresses in this collection, and then learn all of the styling tips and get advice from these two amazing women. So like Rachel mentioned, we're here with Judy of Eve of My Lady and Christina of Bridal Reflections. And I'd love to start by asking you, Judy, first a couple of questions. First, tell me a little bit about what you do at Eve of My Lady and how your sort of pathway to your career there started.
Well, I've been with Eve now for 7.5 years. And every time I say thank God, okay, because she is so unique as a designer. She's one of a kind. Whenever I see her designs, I just get chills. And besides that, she's a wonderful person, and we're a great partnership together. Okay, what I do is I do the sales, I do marketing. I'm involved with the trunk show events that we have, and anything day to day, I'm there. You know, we're just a happy family. We have a lot of people involved in the factory, and we look at each one of our stores as being part of the Eve of My Lady family. Okay, and we're just, it's a lot of fun. I've been doing this for a very long time, and I'm just happy here. It's just her creations, or each one of them is so unique.
Describe Eve's sort of signature look. How would you describe it? What sort of sets apart the brand from other bridal gown designers?
Well, what sets apart the brand is her attention to detail is so incredible. I mean, she sits there and she creates these embroideries from sketches, and she then when they come in, she then starts putting them onto a mannequin, and it evolves into a silhouette that she has a vision of. And I just, again, every time I go in and I see this beautiful embroidery that she just started with, and a few days later, it turns into either a fit and flare, or into a ball gown, into an A-line, or trumpet. It's just amazing that she comes out with, it really, like I said to you, it's very emotional. Being a bride is emotional, is all about emotion and romance, and that's
we're so detailed, like you guys will see in a second, but the detail and just embellishments on these dresses are so beautiful, and I know you're eager to see it. So Christina, let me just ask you one or two questions before we get started. Yeah. So Christina, tell everyone a little bit more about Bridal Reflections and what you specifically do there.
I'm sorry?
Christina, can you tell everyone a little bit about Bridal Reflections and what you do there?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'd like to share that I just Memorial Day celebrated 38 years that I'm with Bridal Reflections. We are a family-ran business. Wow. We're in business for almost 50 years, and I'm proud to be part of a beautiful company. I'm the senior buyer, vice president, and my partners, Rosalind, Anthony, Mary, and my mentor, one of my best friends that was a father figure to me, Anthony McCarry. He pretty much raised me in the business, so I grew up in the business with the family. So I'm very proud to be a part of a beautiful team, and we are all about service. We have 3 salons and an additional 4th salon that we just opened up for bridesmaids called the Showroom. So we bring a uniqueness to the business. You can purchase your gown in one store and have your fittings at another, whichever one is most convenient for you. And to me, I feel that to a bride, a purchase of a wedding gown is an emotional purchase. And I have a passion for the business. So I'm proud to be a part of it. I'm proud to be part of Eve of My Lady, Eve Musio, Judy Olberg. We're a team, and that makes a difference.
Yeah, thank you so much. We're so excited to have you both here. I'm going to turn it over to Rachel so we can kick things off for the show, and then we can get into specifics. And if you have questions about any of the styles you're seeing or about your wedding in general, don't forget to put it in the Q&A section and we will get to it. So Rachel, hand it over to you.
Okay, I'm so excited. I saw the video yesterday, and like Judy said, these dresses literally give you chills. So we're going to show you the Eve of My Lady Fall 2020 collection in the video that we're about to play. And then after the video, we're going to take a closer look at the dresses and get some styling inspiration from Christina, and then we'll go into the Q&A. And so as we mentioned, there will be a pop-up where you can enter the giveaway. You're going to put in your name, your wedding date, and your favorite gown you saw in the video, and that's how you're going to enter for a chance to win an Eve of My Lady veil. And if you have questions, like Juliet said, go ahead and put them in chat. And now we're going to play the video, and Judy is going to tell you about what you're seeing. I can't wait. Takes one little second for it to start. There we are. All right, Judy, take it away.
Our first dress is 371 with the removable sleeves. It's Amalia Carrara, and the sleeves can be worn during the ceremony, and then when you're at the party, taken off. The next dress is 367, one of her classic, beautifully embroidered ball gowns, also with a beautiful sleeve. This has a sparkling bodice, style number 368, and 370 is our next feminine, beautiful, embroidered ball gown. Here you have 369 with all the beautiful embroideries that give you a romantic, off-the-shoulder, low-back look with a beautiful train. Then you have 4389. This is a removable train that gives you 2-in-1 bridal gown, one for the party, and this beautiful train for walking down the aisle. You have a fit and flare, romantic, off the shoulder, with long sleeves and that beautiful design back with the attention to detail with the buttons. This is her signature ball gown. When you spin in this, it is magical. Now you have style number 1649, beautiful back with the romantic train. And now you have a ball gown that when you spin, all the crystals are just so beautiful in the light. You have 1648. Look at this beautiful embroidery and this unique train. If you want the train to be cut down, you can have that as well. Now you've got 1646 with the three-dimensional flowers. This fit and flare accentuates the silhouette. 1650, oh my God, there's so much to say about it. And here you have the total look in 1645. Beautiful, full A-line and very traditional look. 4386, off the shoulder, and the back is extraordinary on here with all that beautiful detail. 1647, great for a garden party. Okay, very beautiful off the shoulder, low back. And again, Eve's beautiful trains. 4384, look at the beautiful sleeves on this. Okay, it's just very, very, I mean, all those rhinestones and three-dimensional detail all over the dress. Here you have 4385 with a beautiful matching veil. Eve believes in the total look. $43.88. This is the essence of a fairy tale. You have off the shoulder with the embroidery, and the back train is a gown to remember.
Beautiful collection. Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. We're all excited.
And Eve is all about romance. Her gowns exude romance. You could see it in her laces, her three-dimensional laces, her detail, and of course her fit and construction of her gown. It's exquisite.
Well, you know what?
We saw a lot of questions. People were saying that they didn't catch the style numbers. That's okay. What we're going to do is go through them and put the style number on screen, so don't worry. Judy and Christina are going to take you through. And if you're worried about listing your favorite in the giveaway and you didn't catch the style number, it's okay. You'll either see the style number in the part of the presentation we're about to do, or you can just describe it. So don't worry about that.
Yes, you can always, between myself and Judy, if the bride chooses to contact the salon, then we can certainly set them up with an appointment and, confirm the style so there is no discrepancy.
And that is one more thing that we want to mention before we get into all of the styles individually. These dresses are sold at Bridal Reflections, obviously. And also, if you're not based on the East Coast, just visit the Eve of My Lady website and you will be able to find a retailer and find where you can get the dress. So don't worry at all. And
I just want to say one thing. Each bride is so important to Eve. When she looks at creating her dresses, she wants a dress that can be worn with every bride. There's no, or her fit is so incredible. She is her own fit model. So I just wanted to tell everybody, to her, it brings her joy to see a bride wearing her dress. That's why, we're just fortunate to have, these brides who want to wear our dresses and send us pictures once they are in them. It's really thrilling.
I love that. All right, so let's dive into, we're going to go through the styles that you saw in the video. Judy's going to tell you more about the dress if you have questions, and Christina's going to give us styling inspiration and ideas. So Judy, tell us, so this is Couture 4383.
Right. This is Eve's signature ball gown. It has all the beautiful elements. When Eve designs, it's the sparkle, it's very romantic, and she loves the total look with one of her cathedral veils. Okay, and she does make custom veils, at the request of the bride. Okay, now this is an ivory blush. We do dresses all white and all ivory. Just so you know. I mean, her claim on this is amazing. And it's just beautiful.
So with this particular style, with the beautiful matching cathedral mantilla, I recommend either a loose chignon where you can have the veil attached from the back, or if a bride chooses to have her hair down, she could have a beautiful band that is jeweled, so it picks up the beautiful detail of the beading. And I think it brings it all together. So you have a truly classical, traditional aspect of a wedding gown. And what I love about this is her circular skirt, that it has such beautiful movement, especially if you're walking down the aisle.
I love that. I'm seeing a lot of cathedral veil goals comments.
100%. And I love a tiara or a headband that resembles a tiara. I always make the same joke every time we talk that I really wish I had worn a crown at my wedding, which I feel like is a very...
Well, I have to say that tiaras are back fully, because I feel that brides want to go back to the old roots of traditional ball gown, strapless, sleeve, and really have a princess look. It's once in a lifetime.
Agreed.
Yeah.
People love this. All right.
This is 4386. This is Eve designs for whether you're a size 2 or for the curvy bride who's a 24. I mean, this dress is just, it resonates. Her vision for the embroidery on this dress is amazing. Okay, the three-dimensional appliques are just beautiful. And she always does a beautiful strap on a dress that is remarkable. Her, this is her train when you're walking down the aisle. You always remember her train. And when it's bustled, it's a vision. Okay, and I keep on saying vision because that's what she always has. She always has a vision for what her silhouettes when she's creating. So this is just, I love this dress.
What I love about this, Eve's detail to fit. So like Judy said, you could be a 2, you could be a curvy girl that's up to a 24. The way it's fitted on the waistline into your high hip and lower hip, and even if someone is petite, where the dress curves above the knee, that is called the pegging of a dress that could be raised a little higher. So we can make someone look taller. So this gown is amazing on any shape, size, height, and it's so romantic. And it gives you the essence of a full dress without it being a ball gown. And here I feel this gown is very sensual. So having your hair down and some hair pieces throughout your hair or pulling it to one side, I think it completes the look. Very soft.
Can you remind us, Kaylin is asking about the back of this dress, which I know we saw in the video, but refresh us. What does the back look like for this one, for 4386?
Oh, it is a very beautifully low, sexy back.
Low, sexy back.
Yeah.
And I also want to add to it, if I may, which, I'm sure Judy agrees, if a girl does not want to have her back so sheer, it can be lined either by the designer or at her fitting through Bridal Reflections.
And the color on this dress is very vintage. It's ivory blush. So, and as I said before, all our dresses can be had in white or ivory, which is nice.
I know one's more beautiful than the other.
I love these sleeves, and we got a lot of questions about the sleeves. So talk to us about 4388.
Do you want me to go ahead, Judy?
It's a fairy tale. Is that? Can I just say it's a fairy tale?
It is.
It's all about sparkle.
It's not even a princess dress; it's a queen dress. Like this is what the queen wears.
It's a gown.
Royalty.
Royalty.
Yeah. Yes. But you know what? The off-the-shoulder sleeves gives your whole décolleté a beautiful, look. Okay? And you don't even need a necklace because it's all about what's happening in the bodice. And then when you're walking down the aisle and they see that beautiful detail, she has that sparkle underneath her embroidery. It just pops. And, it's just, what can I say? I wish I was getting married again to the same person. Let's put it that way.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it is. It's just beautiful.
So I agree with Judy. Here you don't need a necklace, but I do recommend having a little bit of a drop earring, perhaps a chandelier or something that just goes to the nape of the neck, which looks really beautiful, and having your hair classic pulled back. This train is magnificent. It's what you call an opera train, which is truly for royalty. And here you can go with a very clean veil that will exceed the length of the train, or you can do a veil that would be fingertip. So you're not hiding any of the beautiful detail of the train. This is truly classic royalty.
Christina.
And Eve makes beautiful cathedral cathedral veils that complement all her dresses. And she also, the custom veils that she makes are something that will resonate a lifetime with pictures. It's just unbelievable.
And I do want to add what Eve has done for many of our brides. If a girl has such a magnificent gown as this and wants to have the cathedral veil, but doesn't want to have the embroidery covering the detail of the dress, then the veil could be very simple. And then a yard out, extended from the train, she could have that beautiful embroidery to pick up the detail of the dress without hiding it. So what it does, it makes the train look even longer, which gives you that royal train.
We had a question about, I believe, the last dress, but it also applies to this one. Zoe was asking, how would you bustle such a long train? Would it look too ruffle-like?
No, it won't, because there's a couple of options in doing the train on the previous dress. That's a fit and flare. So you could do what we call a traditional train, that where the skirt meets the seam of the body, we have the clear buttons and crocheted loops, and we continue the style of the dress as if it's full, but it's all tucked in. So it's not going to make the skirt look huge. The same thing with a ball gown. We would do a classic traditional train from the waist. So it gives you the essence of a circular ball gown. However, we can get creative. We could do draped trains. There's different things that we can do to accommodate everyone's taste. And that would be determined at their fittings. So we can certainly accommodate everyone's taste.
And we do a certain amount of changes on dresses. If a girl wants something done, if she wants to cut off a train or extend a train, we'll do both. We just do a certain amount of changes.
I am always asking Judy and Eve, because brides truly want to have their own unique look. And I like to call it, they like to put their signature on their wedding gown. So I have to say, Eve and Judy, whatever is needed, she will do anything to make a bride happy and please her and really portray her personality.
I mean, like this dress here, $43.89.
I love
this.
It.
Yeah, I mean, it looks a little bit like a ball gown when you're walking. When it's 2-in-1, you could have the removable train for the ceremony, and then you take it off for the party, and you've got an amazing detail on this dress. It's just remarkable. I mean, I just, it's like watching a painter paint, okay, and making, and at the end you've got a creation that you wonder how the painter could do this. This is how Eve is as a designer, okay. I mean, look at that train in the back.
Beautiful.
It's just remarkable. I mean, absolutely remarkable. And you know what? On any of her dresses, the removable train can be, if a bride wants a removable train, we will work with them with a removable train, okay, on any one of our removable trains, if they want to do it on a fit and flare and have that drama. It's all about the drama. Romance and drama.
Perfect way. There's so much interest now in having more than one look on your wedding. Yeah. And some people are willing to go as far as more than one dress, which we say wear as many as you want. But what I love about this dress is, like, you can have two very different looks. And you said something yesterday, Judy, when we were chatting about how it can, like, sort of pick the party back up when a bride, like, comes out in, like, her dress looks new and you play a new song, and, like, it's like an exciting moment. I mean, the bride is the star, and this dress, like, it just really does that. And I love it so much.
Yeah, I think it's magnificent how that, I feel like you have three looks in one.
Right.
From the front, it gives you the essence of a ball gown with the peplum effect. And then as you see her walking down the aisle from the side, the train gives you that veil, that cathedral veil. So it really brings it together, where in this particular case, she doesn't need to wear a long veil. She could wear a fingertip or an elbow length veil and really put on a beautiful jewel tiara or a headband. which just completes the look beautifully. But yes, I agree. I agree with Judy. Take off the train, dedicate a song to your fiance halfway through the wedding, and get the party started all over again. Get everyone excited. You'd be surprised how the guests are like, wow, did she change the dress? What did she do? So it's really nice that Eve offers that to our brides.
And I love the hairstyles we have on here too, because that's another way that you can like change your look, right? So you could imagine that during the ceremony you have your hair in a low bun and you have the train on, and then imagine like you just let out the bun, let off the train, and now all of a sudden like you're in your party look. And
That's
like
it.
I love it.
Well, you know what? You have that beautiful detail on the strap that just ties it all together.
Oh, they're so
it just is. I always say love is in the air because that's how I vision brides to be. They're just all about love, you know, and happiness in the future. I mean, it's just great. Now, this is the boutique collection. This is a full A-line with a strapless, which is really pretty. And the lace that Eve has chosen for this this dress is really unique. She also made a matching veil to give you a total look to the dress, which is really beautiful. But look at the draping of that skirt. That draping is, it's just, it's very romantic.
It's a beautiful circular skirt. So it's very fluid when you walk. If you could see how it cones beautifully. And here I recommend a chignon, just very soft bun. You could certainly do a necklace and earring, keep it very clean, beautiful.
I think that style is a great way to have a ball gown feel, but without, not everybody wants a round skirt, you know,
Right.
so it's like a way to feel very ball gowny, but it's like a little flatter.
It's more of a narrow A-line, so
Yeah.
it's not making you too full in the hip. So sometimes girls don't want that extra fullness on the hip, and you still have the essence of a ball gown.
Someone's
Well,
asking
you know
if this bodice is sheer on 1645.
It has a little bit of a sheerness, but it can be
does.
lined, yes.
Have it lined. You can have it lined. That's not a problem. And you know what? What's great about having this type of an A-line with any of her ball gowns, you can either make them full or you could take out the tulle underneath and make it narrower. You know, you have the ability to do both. So, you know, a lot of brides, you know, when they're looking at it, you know, don't always know that they have the ability to do that.
Yeah, I think that's an important thing to bring up because
Absolutely.
you see a gown that you love and maybe it feels a little too like extra for you, but if you just ask, you can usually be able to, there's definitely ways to make it like a little less, you know, va-va-voom if that's the look you're going for. Or you can do that if you want.
Absolutely. And you see this, it makes your waist look teeny weeny, no matter what size you are. It's amazing how the structure of her gowns are so unique and incredible that it makes anybody look tall and thin.
And Rachel just linked to the Eve of My Lady video channel on LoveStoriesTV.com, so you can watch even more brides who are wearing Eve of My Lady dresses. You can see how they move. You can see them on actual real brides, which is great. So click over to that and get some added inspiration as we're looking.
I also want to add about Eve's dresses that they're not heavy dresses. They're very light because she uses very fine silk laces and her detail of her silk tools. They're very light, so they're not heavy dresses. A lot of times girls will look at a photo and they'll say, oh my God, I can't believe how light it is. I thought it would be so heavy. So please try on the dress because it is not heavy.
No,
Christina and Judy, we're getting several questions about the tulle. So people want to know, is it detachable? Like, could you have it for the ceremony and take off for the reception? And can you opt to have it or not have it? Like, how customizable is the tulle?
It is customizable in terms of the train. If you choose to make the train detachable on the bottom, we've done that also. If girls don't want so much 2 layers inside the skirt, they could determine that at their fitting, because when the gown is brand new, it's true to its glory. The fabric has its full texture. So at that time, they would ultimately decide if they'd like to remove some of the layers. That's not a problem at all.
Great.
And you can have matching straps put on if you want. You know, if a girl doesn't want strapless, we will do straps. I mean,
I love this gown. This gown is a beautiful beach destination. It shows off your body, a little sheer.
The 3-dimensional lace is I love this. I mean, what Eve has done with this dress, it shows off all the positives, and the back on it is low, and it's just beautiful. It's, you know, very romantic.
Certainly a sensual gown. And here you have the sleeves that are detachable. So you could certainly have a beach wedding or a poolside and have that little soft sleeve and then remove it for the party, bustle the train. And it really gives you a sheath effect. So it is very versatile also. And here I recommend the hair up, very soft, a little comb, some earrings, really beautiful.
Oh, look at this back.
This is all about the bum.
Yeah. Eve's fit in the derriere, if you want to say it. I'm trying to be politically correct. Okay. She's all about it. She doesn't, you know, nobody in our industry does a derriere like this. It's just so pretty.
This cut I love because you get the fullness at the bottom, so that like romantic wedding dressy feel, but it like holds you in, you know, so you get to be like sexy and kind of princessy all in one gown, which I love.
Absolutely.
Oh, and when this is bustled,
it's magnificent.
Magnificent.
And you look back in 30 years at your pictures and say, look at that body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter your size that you wear, guys. So
exactly.
We're getting a lot of questions about sizes, and we've said it, but let's repeat it again. Judy, talk about what sizes Eva My Lady gowns come in.
Well, our opening size is a 2, and we go up to 24 and even above 24, okay, to do a custom dress. Because we don't ever want to say no to any bride, because every bride is special, okay? And Eve will do it. You know, she's the one who does all these patterns for each and every dress. She gets on the ground and she cuts and she sews. She's just an amazing person and designer. I just have incredible, you know, I'm in awe. Let's put it that way. And she will do, you know, if a girl wants an Even My Lady dress, she will make sure that, you know, she looks beautiful on that day. The perfection.
I love it.
You know,
I wanted to add to what Judy said about even the laces. If brides truly look at the hem detail of her dresses, how they're scalloped and how unique her finishes are on her skirts, both full and fitted, they're really romantic laces. Beautiful.
So we're getting a question. Talked about the derriere, a little bit about the front. If somebody wants less cleavage or less low cut, are there customizations that can be done to the front of dresses to add anything?
Absolutely.
Okay, go ahead. You could go, Christina.
Well, of course, Eve, we can always order a beautiful gown from Eve, raising up the neckline. We can always do that. Or if they choose to decide at the fitting, we can always order extra embroidered lace from Eve, where we can add to the neckline, give it a soft look. The other thing I wanted to mention, because of brides wearing the dress for the ceremony and then doing some kind of change for the party, because the gowns are sheer, a lot of girls have us line the bodice in the front, and then for the party, the lining is detachable, so we can have a little more of the sexiness. So I do want brides to know that that is available to be done at the fittings with Bridal Reflections without any problem.
I love that. I absolutely love that.
You can also line half the dress. You could do lining in the front and leave the back open, side seam to side seam. Okay, so you have that option. You know, there's some girls who want to raise the neckline. There's some girls who want it lowered. Okay, there's some girls who want to close it up. You know, whatever, you know, the girl feels, we will absolutely work with her. You know, if she is choosing, and even my lady, we want her to be happy.
I also want to add that Eve will do the build-up for the religious weddings also, for the girls that need to have their neckline covered, their arms covered. So she will definitely do the build-up as needed per bride. She will do anything. Everything.
We're learning that, and that's amazing. It's like you say, it's you know, everybody wants to make it their own, and to have a designer who wants to help you realize that is very special.
I feel every bride is an individual, and you know, they have their own look and their own idea. They might love a dress, but they want to put their name on it, and I think that's a beautiful thing. That Eve allows and makes every bride's dream come true with their signature, which is really nice. Not everyone is able to do that, and Eve truly offers whatever a bride needs.
Now this is
get that out there.
I'll tell her that. This is style number 1651. This has a unique Swarovski crystal bodice with a beautiful full A-line skirt. Now, if the girls want it plain, you could have a plain skirt with this. Okay, if they don't want all the ruffles. You know, that's what we're talking about. If they don't want the edging that is there, the edging can be removed. Okay, but this, you sparkle in the light in 1651. It's just like a fairy tale, and it's made here in our factory. So this dress is just, this is really a unique dress.
Beautiful textured skirt, which makes it different. It's not just your lace. So I like the texture, and I recommend the hair down, very soft, almost like a little bohemian look for the party. And you could do a very soft little tiara or just a spray. So there's options here with the beautiful look of the gown, because it's very unique with the texture.
Oh, I love the writing on the shoes.
That's so beautiful.
I just noticed the writing on the shoes. That's really nice.
Judy and Christina, we're getting several questions. Let's remind people, when will these dresses they're seeing right now be available at Bridal Reflections? And
so we are, Judy and I had planned trunk shows, socially distanced trunk shows for after the mandate is lifted. Okay. So we are hosting a trunk show in the Car Place Salon in June, and then a trunk show in the Fifth Avenue Salon in July, and then August in Massapequa. So the brides could certainly contact the salon, and we'd be more than happy to set them up with an appointment. And we can do it during the trunk show, which I think that would be most effective, because then we could have all of their new fashion together, and the brides could see the collection in its entirety.
And Judy, if people don't live on the East Coast, are these dresses in salons now, or when do they hit salons in states?
They're shipping as we speak.
Okay.
Okay, because we wanted to make sure that you know, the girls can try on and see these dresses as we speak. With everybody being home the last few months, we're looking at June as being, you know, for girls, you know, like a reawakening, as I said before, love is in the air. It's, we want to bring romance back into all our brides' lives, and we're going to be shipping the dresses now into the stores.
Perfect. And 2 more questions before we head on. There's a lot of questions about 1651. People love this. Everybody is asking, can you add sleeves, and what style veil would you recommend for 1651?
Well, Bridal Reflections will have that answer. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Okay, so with this particular gown, you can add a off-the-shoulder sleeve. You can add a long sleeve that's detachable. You can add what you call a bishop sleeve that has a little bell to create that glamorous romance. As far as the veil here, because of the beautiful textured skirt, I recommend a veil to be either elbow length or fingertip, and it could have a little bit of a trim to bring the whole look together. And it bustles beautifully because you continue the texture. So it adds a lot of drama, which is beautiful.
Perfect.
Now, this is Amalia 367. Okay. This dress is, what do I say? It's for a castle. The attention to detail in the bodice and in the train, everything flows. And that long train in the back is just, when you're walking down an aisle, it's a train to remember. And these little pretty cap sleeves, you can wear them for the ceremony, you can wear them when you're walking into the ceremony for your first dance, and then they can come off. It's just very, very pretty, romantic. The color you're seeing is ivory blush, and I've seen this dress in all ivory, and it just sparkles. And look at the skirt. It's just the way it in fact, Christina has it behind her on a mannequin.
I do.
And it glows. It's just so pretty.
And
I love it.
Also, I do want to add, the thread, she used silver bullion embroidered thread, so it gives it a different texture as far as the embroidery. It really gives you that very regal, rich embroidery. When you see it in person, it is magnificent. And the lattice detail that she has, that crocheted lattice detail in the bodice with the little sheer, it's really beautiful. It's a must try on.
Yeah,
and I want to say that this gorgeous bride that we have on the photos on the bottom left and right.
Yes, she was our bride at Bridal Reflections, and Eve designed her veil with me, and we did all this special embroidery. And again, for this style, this dress really kind of picks up her look. And a tiara, I think, would be so appropriate for this gown, and a very loose bum with a beautiful, beautiful cathedral veil picking up some of the embroidery on the dress to really bring it together. It is just a breath of fresh air in terms of when you see a bride walking down the aisle like this. It's truly what a bridal essence is.
She looks amazing. You can actually see her wedding video and see the dress.
Yes. And I want you to know that Eve customized that dress because the style of the dress originally, the skirt is not quite as full. So she doubled the fullness of the skirt, and we added about a foot of length of embroidery. So it really gave her that huge ball gown. Amazing. And the veil, the detail that Eve put into the veil was magnificent. The veil got as much attention as the gown. And of course, she's a beautiful girl.
Right.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm linking now so you can watch the wedding video of this bride. You guys won't believe it. Watch it after, but
it's like a fairy tale. It's such a good video.
It is.
It's at a castle in New York.
She did. She had her wedding at Ohika Castle.
Yeah. And we've seen a few. I know there's a few brides in here right now that are also getting married at the castle. So,
wonderful.
So a couple more questions. We're getting so many. As we're going through all of these, people have a lot of questions about the veil. So how do you determine what veil length goes with which dress? Like, I know if you go into the store and you go to Bridal Reflections, the stylist will help you, but what are the general rules of thumb for that?
Okay. So, I mean, the veil is really up to the individual. It's what you're comfortable with. But if you truly want to have a veil to complement the gown, I do recommend putting on a veil. It could be a plain veil at first, just to see how you feel with the long cathedral veil and the movement. Is it something you're comfortable carrying down the aisle? And then there's many options. If you have a wedding gown that has beautiful detail along the neckline or the sleeve, you might want to start the embroidery of the veil perhaps at the elbow or the fingertip, so you're not hiding any of the detail along your neckline. Or if you want to have that traditional mantilla effect, then you would have the beautiful embroidery starting at the comb, perhaps right behind the tiara. So there's a lot of options. Depending on the detail of the gown, you might want to have a veil that is elbow length or fingertip. So it's going to be based on the bride's height, the detail on the dress, and what's going to complement it and really give it a complete look. So I recommend brides always making an appointment. You know, if they feel a little overwhelmed with deciding on a veil during the purchase of their gown, they could do that and then come back to do a style for their veil and headpiece, so they can concentrate at one thing at a time so they're not overwhelmed, because it's a process.
Also, I have just a pro tip for brides out there who are thinking about their veils. If it's important to you to have that shot in your wedding video where you see this sort of like swooping veil,
yes,
go for cathedral veil, because you're going to get the most kind of like dramatic action with that.
Agreed.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Listen, it's the one time in your life that it's all about drama.
Yes.
I mean, he does veils also that are not custom. She'll do a veil. You know, we sell veils all day long, and we do veils that complement our dresses as well. That store, you know, that girls can see when they're trying on one of our dresses, and the detail, the attention to detail on those veils are just incredible as well. I mean, they're gorgeous.
Absolutely.
Gorgeous. If my daughter ever gets married, I'd love her to wear a veil like that with an Eve dress. Please, God. Anyhow, go ahead. He's going to kill me.
Absolutely beautiful.
Now, 369. You know, if you look at this, the way Eve placed this beautiful, unique embroidery. I mean, she sources from all over the world her fabrics, her, you know, I mean, everything is just the attention to detail here. The way she placed the embroidery on this dress and the off the shoulder, and the way it gives you that definition at the waist. It is really, you know, again, I hate to reiterate, but a work of art. And the off the shoulder is just so romantic and very, you know, it's just elegant. And,
Judy,
you know,
I see this dress as a garden wedding. Her hair is down, very romantic, very soft. She has a little spray or a band in her hair, very delicate slipper shoe. I mean, I see this like very soft, almost whimsical.
Can you talk a little bit about Bustle? So a signature, obviously, of Eve of My Lady is the epic nature of the skirts and how incredible they are. And when you've never put on a wedding dress before, I think bustling can just be like very confusing. And so with these dresses that do have the long trains, talk a little bit about
Absolutely.
how bustle.
There's a couple of different bustles that you can have done, and I want to assure our brides that if you know they choose to come to Bridal Reflections, my consultants, my stylists, they will demonstrate what the bustle will look like. So they're not ordering a dress not knowing. So I want to make that very clear. But if you think of how to put up the train, when you see the train all on the ground, so if you go halfway down from the waist, imagine all that fabric is folded up near the waistline, but it's all done with buttons and loops, and it's all pleated and tucked. So it looks like it's a continuous full gown without any bubbles sticking out. So, because I know that's the biggest concern for brides, that they don't want their bum to look huge in the ball gown. So they will still have the integrity of the design of the gown. So I assure you of that. It's beautifully done. So it's draped and it's tucked in a way that of course, you have a little more fullness, but not as much as you would think. So the bottom part of the skirt is brought up. So you're not really hiding any of the detail, and you're keeping the integrity of the style of the skirt.
There's a lot of drama that goes in with the bustle.
And I would
a lot of drama.
When you go to your final fitting, bring someone with you who's going to help you do the bustle on the day, because you can't see back there, and you need a friend. So whether it's your maid of honor or your mom or your wedding planner, whoever, like, bring her with you, because or bring your Bridal Reflection stylist to your wedding, whatever it is.
Well, there's a few options, and one of the things we like to do with our brides is do a video. Once the bustle is completed, we do a video so they have it in case that day whomever is going to do the bustle gets nervous, she can watch the video. The hard work is on us. Then it's easy to do it. Well, if you follow the direction, it's very easy to be done.
Smart. Perfect.
Wow. What do I say?
Magnificent.
You know what? This dress takes my breath away. Again, these sleeves, which match perfectly with the dress because it shows all the three-dimensional flowers on it, can be worn during the ceremony, and then you take them off for the party, and it's just amazing. Look at the work on this skirt. It's breathtaking, just breathtaking. And I just, the fit around the derriere on this is remarkable, and just anybody can, wear this dress. It's just beautiful, beautiful.
I also want to mention about the sleeves, because I know some girls are not comfortable taking off the sleeve if it's detachable. That sleeve we can permanently attach also, so they don't have to feel like they have to come off.
Oh, right. You're a mind reader. Someone was asking, can the sleeves be changed for this one, like to off the shoulder?
Yes, okay. Absolutely.
And you can also, everybody's arm is different. They can also give a little bit more room at the top of the shoulder, so the girl doesn't feel the need to take it off also. Because sometimes people work out, they have a heavier arm. Eve is all about comfort. This dress, we want it to be like you never want to take it off. That's what Eve is all about. We see brides saying, when they purchase the dress, can I wear this all day? It's like, I'm going to go to dinner in this.
Well, that's your dress then. If you don't want to take it off, that is your gown.
We've seen several Eve of My Lady brides who are here, who already have their dress and just came to this party because they love the designer so much. And I've seen more than one woman say how comfortable her dress is. And I think it's really important to emphasize, because I think sometimes when people see these epic, detailed gowns, they get intimidated. But the designers and the stylists are experts, and they know you're going to wear it for many hours. So, Eve is crafting it to be beautiful and comfortable.
Well, you know what? Eve believes in being in contact with consultants, she wants to know what is needed out there. So when we heard, the lighter dress is needed, she really pays attention, and it's all about the fit. It's all about comfort. It's all about detail. It's all about the picture on the mantle lasting a lifetime.
But she also doesn't, she gives you the comfort, but there's no compromise on quality and construction.
None.
And that's very important. That's a key element that Eve brings to the table.
Absolutely. And her beadwork is exceptional. I mean, it's, everybody. And, we always love to make grandma cry. That's what we're looking for.
And the fiancés.
Yeah. Really, I mean, we just, it's, we love what we do here, and every bride is special to us.
Just beautiful.
Just, just questions beautiful. About timing. So people are asking, how far in advance should I order? And then how much time should I allot for alterations at a minimum?
Do you want me to answer that, Judy?
Absolutely,
okay.
Christine.
So, of course, Eve of My Lady can always cut a dress in a rush if you need something in a rush. She's not going to disappoint a bride under any circumstances. I will tell you that. Because we've had girls that needed dress in less than 2 months, and she was able to make it happen. So I want brides to feel assured that with everything that's going on in the world, Eve will make it happen. We will do what we can to help everyone. Normally, a wedding gown takes 5 to 7 months normally. If it's a dress that has intricate detail or you're doing customization, a gown could take 7 to 9 months. It all depends on the style and the detail of the dress. And keep in mind that you normally need 6 weeks for fittings, normally. Can I fit someone as far as having an express fitting? Absolutely. We get brides from all over the country, all over the world at Bridal Reflections. They come in, they order a dress, they go back home, and then they come back to us for a 3 to 4 day express fitting, and they take the gown back with them, be it in the car or on the plane, or we ship the gown to them. So everything is possible. So you want to give yourself normally a good 5 to 7 months to order a dress, and if it's really detailed, 9 months.
Very helpful for that.
Do you have any other questions you'd like?
Let's see if we have any lingering questions. I don't think we do, so I think it's time to reveal the winner of the giveaway. Which is
wait a minute, let me look.
So, Judy, you should have a text with the winner's name.
Let's see.
A little drum roll.
Winner of the Eve of My Lady Veil from Bridal Reflections is Brittany Harbolick. She's a New York bride getting married on August 6th, 2021. Congrats, Brittany!
Congratulations!
Yay! That's great. Oh my God, that's wonderful. You must send us pictures.
Yeah, please.
So we can post on social media. That's really important once you get married. Congratulations,
Congratulations. Brittany. And please let us know which salon you choose to visit so we can help you.
Absolutely. And, this has been fun. And now, we just want to say that, again, we're so grateful to have all of you come and join our party today. Being that everybody's been home or working from the house, this gives you a good distraction to know, there's happiness down the road that we're all going to enjoy and love is in the air. So, I want to thank all our beautiful brides out there.
I want to congratulate all our brides. And I look forward to meeting you at Bridal Reflections. Congratulations.
Thank you. We're so
happy. Love Story.
And thank you, Love Story,
for letting us host this. It was so much fun. Guys, there were so many questions. We didn't get to all of them, but don't worry. We can see them all. And you can DM LoveStoriesTV or Eve of My Lady or Bridal Reflections on Instagram. You can visit any of our websites. Eve of My Lady and Bridal Reflections have amazing teams that will help you. And we will be sending out a video of the show because I know a few people joined late. So don't worry. We will get you all the information that you need. And I think that's it. Juliet, anything else I'm forgetting?
That's it. I hope you are all as inspired as I am right now. Just watching all these beautiful dresses and getting inspiration. And I can't wait to touch these dresses in real life soon.
I know. I miss the dresses.
Yeah.
But this was
Well,
a
we
good.
love you all. We love you all.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Be
Thank
safe.
you.
Bye. Mwah.